It's the Knicks, Jets, etc. podcast with Alex Trataros, John Meleka, and Raisi on the beat. Let's go.
Raisi K, the Raisin Man.
Yo, what's good, everyone? Welcome back to another Jets episode of the Knicks, Jets, etc. podcast. And with me, as always, my buddy, my co-host, my pal, Alex is not here today, but we got our third guy on us that's always with us on our Jets episode. What up, Greg, video producer? How you doing, my man?
Dude, I'm doing good. I'm doing as good as I can be after a loss. It was a tough game today, but I don't know. We'll get into it. I was proud of the boys, man. We were out there. We were fighting. I was saying in one of our group chats, an old Jets team would have just rolled over and died. We would have never had the opportunities we had. That's a testament to Robert Saleh. It's a testament to this team. Testament to Mike White getting the boys down in the red zone when we needed it. We just couldn't convert, and it was infuriating to watch. But I'm good. I'm as good as I can be after a loss. How are you doing out in Minnesota? I want to say the frozen tundra, but it's not. But it's cold out there, boy.
Yeah, speaking of the frozen tundra real quick, it's so funny. They just kept showing the Bears score and any Bears highlights just so they could all go crazy and start clapping, which is hilarious. The US Bank Stadium, great stadium. It's actually completely and unreasonably unfair that they play indoors.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. It is crazy that it's just indoors. I'm sweating. And like I walk outside the first 5-10 minutes, like I'm hot from being inside. Like I don't feel the cold. Yesterday was -5, but shout out to all the Jets fans that showed up to Minnesota. Lots of Jets fans lurking around this entire city. Sauce Gardner at least mentioned it in his post game that he said he heard a lot of the Jets fans. We were out there, man. I was yelling a lot, fighting with Victor, the Viking, a stupid mascot, playing Twister during the gameplay. I was joking around with the NFL media camera guy a lot. He kept going to me every single time the Jets did something bad, and then every time they did something good, he would look around and we were joking off. He's like, "The Vikings pay me. The Vikings pay me." So I was dying laughing. I was on the jumbotron a couple of times. I had a good time, man. I had a really good time at the game. The atmosphere was cool. Shout out to the fans for one thing. It is so damn loud. Yo, it is so damn loud on third down. It's crazy loud.
Really?
You better know the play. Like Mike White holding both his ears. You can't. There's no way he can hear anything. I cannot hear myself talk. So I don't know if they're pumping sound. I don't know if it's just really loud because of the dome or the way. I'm sure they did it in some acoustic way because the way the roof is built, there was birds running into it, and there was an issue with birds running into the stadium because how it's built.
Yeah.
It was hot in there. The sun was shining inside US Bank, and it's freezing outside. So that was really cool. Other than that, there's also some shady Minnesota fans out here, dude. The skull chant is cool. I liked it, especially in the beginning. Doing the skull chant when Q Will is hurt, that kind of set me off, man. That kind of honestly, that got me riled up. I was on 10 once that happened. I was like, now I'm all right, I'm gonna start yelling here, I'm gonna start screaming. So that was tough. One of the kids on the way, some kid next to me on the way out, he goes, "That stupid kid not eating ice cream this week." So that was funny. Making fun of the Jets kid. So
Tough.
Some funny jabs, some tough stuff. I was really pissed about the Q Will skull chant. But anyway, tough loss, man.
Yeah.
27-22. And starts off the first half, not 17-3, but conjugation of 17-3 with a 20-6, right? Basically 17-3. Dude, I promise you, Greg, I have nightmares about 17-3 halftime. I have nightmares about it's crazy how it's just right there.
It feels like every week we're talking about it too. It's unreal.
17-3. This week it was 20-6. But yo, listen, as I'm walking around at halftime for a second, I didn't realize I was thinking about it, but now that you mentioned it, I wasn't worried about kind of folding. I wasn't worried that this game's over. When we didn't get that pick six versus the Patriots, I was walking around at halftime this game's over. We're about to lose. Everyone's like, what are you talking about? We're winning. I'm telling you, man, that was so bad.
Yeah.
It's about to come back, score. It's about to be tied up. It's over. The Jets in the second half. I know it's loser talk.
Yep.
All right, I preface it, loser talk. Jets in the second half, man. They came through. They played so incredibly well on defense, so incredibly well on offense. Garrett Wilson is him. No, stop with the Mike White as him. Stop with the Garrett Wilson is a legit wide receiver in this NFL league. Like legit.
Yeah, like we talked in the pre-draft process a lot about taking a wide receiver at 10. And I think most of us were against it. I know I was certainly against it.
Me too. I was
with certain
against it.
spots. Dude, when you can get a guy like Garrett Wilson, I don't know if I will go as far as to say, he's a Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase-esque type guy, because he definitely doesn't have the quarterback or the pieces around him like those guys. But, dude, he makes play after play. He's an energizer. He gets the guys going. He's up for every single thing. Like, anything you ask him to do, he's willing to do it. And I love seeing it, dude. I saw him somewhere. He was like 5th somewhere for Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Dude, if we had a shot at Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson the same year, we talked about offense and defense when Breece Hall was going nuts to Sauce Gardner. If this kept up and Breece Hall kept up, there's a shot we had 2 offensive rookies of the year on the same team because he is legit. I can't believe it that we have a guy like that. It's crazy as a Jets fan to think about. I don't remember the last time we had a guy that could just go get you 150 yards without really thinking about it. Like, he just keeps racking up play. It's great to see.
And, I got lucky with my seats in the placement. Like, that Garrett Wilson, when he stepped out of bounds, so that foot, he, touched out, that was right in front of me. I was like, damn. And, when Mike White scored, and then they pulled it back.
Yeah,
I was going nuts. I was like, dude, that was right. I'm screaming at number 16, the ref number 16. I was screaming at him the whole game. I was like, 16, you saw it. Like, I don't understand. Like, we all saw it. You're there, you see it. What are you talking about? And then we had to challenge it. That's also exactly where we got stuffed. On honestly twice. In the red zone.
Very next drive. Yeah.
Dude, I can't hold it any longer. That Braxton Berrios drop is going to hurt me for a long time. It's going to hurt me for a long time. Even the NFL media guy turned around. Then he goes to me, he goes, your punt returner, not so good. And I'm just like, I agree, man. You're right. Like, I agree. I was like, honestly, your quarterback, not so good. And that was my whole MO today. My whole MO today was making fun of Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
Just calling him Kirky all day. Everyone, they don't trust him.
Yeah.
At the end there, I'm gonna keep calling him NFL media guy. NFL media guy was jawing at me, telling me, "Oh, how many timeouts do we have? How many timeouts do you have left now? How many timeouts do you have left?" I'm like, you're giving us the ball. You don't even trust your franchise quarterback to throw you a first down. You're giving us the ball back. You have the worst defense in the league. Like, that's why I really thought we were about to do it again. Like, we had a second chance against a 30-second pass defense. We're rolling. Yes, we don't have timeouts. We had a minute 30. Exactly. It's as if it was a Madden challenge, and it was exactly 1 minute 30, like a practice. Like, no timeouts, minute 30. You have the ball against the worst defense in the league. Like, what are you gonna do? And we didn't execute, man. And Braxton Berrios, that was tough. There was a play. This is kind of just, I guess, for me and you, but I keep talking about how in that Bills game, in the Fitzpatrick, the 10-6 year, in the Rex Ryan Bowl, the 2 interceptions, and it was both to Eric Decker, and both times the safety pointed at Eric Decker right before it happened. Bro, that happened with It happened with Corey Davis.
Yeah,
it happened. But the first time he dropped it. It was like, I have to go back and watch the game, and a little tangent. Like, one of my favorite parts about going to games, people are gonna laugh at me. Oh, you went all the way to Minnesota. We lost. Yes, it sucks. But it was really close at the end. I thought I was about to go nuts.
Dude, we had 2 shots at it, too. Like, we were talking about the last drive where we threw the interception in the game. There was also, we got it down to the 1-yard line. It felt like it was a 1-yard line, 2-yard line.
Bro, I was going to go, no. I was going to go, I'm literally at the 2-yard line.
Dude,
That's where my seat was.
Yeah, we had 1st and goal from the 4, and we got 3 yards. We had 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line, and we couldn't punch it in. We had 3 opportunities. Like, old Jets teams do not do that. This is a new Jets team. We're playing better. I'm excited, but I cut you off a little bit. What were you about to say?
No,
there?
it's all good. It's all good. So one of my favorite parts is that I can go back and rewatch it. It's like a whole different game.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, I'm about to go watch a whole different game here. I'm like, how did you guys miss that Mike White thing? What happened with Elijah Moore? I'm getting texts now post game that he had 1 foot that he could have got down. That was so far away from me. I have no idea what happened.
Yeah.
But Garrett Wilson going right between his fingertips at the end there. Justin Jefferson almost gave us the ball 2 times. He like muffed it twice. Like it would hit him and then he like, caught it again. And,
Yeah.
Oh.
That could easily be
God.
a tip ball somewhere. It could go bad real
He
fast.
tipped it himself.
Yeah.
He tipped it himself. You know, you got to capitalize on that. Like that's one thing I respect about Sauce Gardner after in the post game. He's talking about how, listen, we know he didn't say loser talk, but he was like, listen, like I don't want to hear that the Jets played well in the second half and in the defense. He's like, we didn't take the ball away. He's like, 1 turnover, and all of a sudden now you can be pissed about the offense. You know what I mean? But he's like, if we don't get the ball, so it's so funny because on the first drive of the game, where Mike White got his interception, I don't know if it was the first drive, but it was early.
Yes,
he got the interception.
Drive.
What was the first drive?
I believe so. I'll look it up.
Feels like
for sure.
No joke. Like that feels like actually 12 hours ago. I can't believe that was like whatever. It's the first drive of the game.
4 plays in.
He got that interception. I was like, all right, like here we go. This is gonna be bad news. The Vikings, like their defense stinks and their offense is electric. Their defense got a turnover. They're in already scoring range. You know what they did on that drive? I know this. I don't have to look it up. 1 yard. 1 yard and 3 points. Like, what more can you ask for, man? You know what I mean? Like, come on. So I gotta re-dive into this game. Kind of my initial thoughts are like, dude, it was a really tough loss. We had it. We literally had it. So we could play with the best of them. Like now that the 10-2 Minnesota Vikings, you know what I'm trying to say? Like
so gross.
We could have beat them. We could have easily beat them. Now we have the Bills coming up next week. Huge. It was going to be huge regardless, whether we win it or not. Like, if you're listening, you go on 535.com, that statistics website.
Mm-hmm.
In the NFL, you could pick each game in the whole NFL and how it plays out, and you could see how the playoff scenarios, like what would happen if you predict all those games correctly, which would be specifically more interesting now because of the Giants-Commanders tie. Apparently that happened. So a bunch of stuff going on. So that's really fun. So regardless, this is a big game for us. We have the San Francisco 49ers playing without Garoppolo against Miami. We need Miami to lose. We need the Raiders to beat the Chargers.
Ian Book's in there threw a touchdown. Let's go, Ian Book. Let's get it done, baby. Let's get it done.
Hilarious. I'm not sure what's going on in Chargers-Raiders at the moment. But, this Bills game, CJ Mosley said it. We got to forget about this game fast.
Yeah.
Okay, like we're talking about it now. We'll talk about it a little bit on Wednesday because Alex is coming back. But the Jets, we all got to forget about this game fast. We really, really do, because this Bills game is everything. This was supposed to be a trap game, to be honest with you. This is supposed to be us going to the road to Minnesota, losing by 4 touchdowns, bro. We were down 20-6, and they had the ball come back in the second half. It should have been 27-6, Mike White 3 and out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Another touchdown or something, like hold the ball 30-6, and it's over. Like that's what I was really, like in the back of my mind, that scenario was somewhere. So we put out the Jets are real, and I think we're gonna beat the Bills next week, man. I'm not scared of the Bills. I know we beat them, and like that scares me in itself because we're beating them twice is tough. We played really, dude. It was so loud in Minnesota. It can't be louder in Buffalo. It's gonna be colder, but it can't be louder. I could not hear anything, dude.
Yeah, I think it's tough because when we kick that field goal to start the second half, to your point, they come out, they get the ball, we get a 3 and out. Okay, it's 20-6. We get the ball, we move the ball down the field, and if you're watching the game, they're talking about it. The announcers are like, Michael Ford's got to dial something up. Michael Ford needs a touchdown. First half, we got 2 field goals. You're not going to beat this team with field goals. We need to get it. And we kick another field goal. And at that point, I was just I don't think we have it. But we fought. 60
yards.
That was to end the half. 60-yard bomb.
I was about to say, don't take this field goal like that.
No. We've talked about, I don't know what this one was. 36-yarder for Zerline, which is a chip shot for that dude. That dude could hit it from anywhere. So
It's
36
unfair.
yarder.
It's unfair they play indoors, bro. 60 yards.
Imagine if we could just hit
December?
60 yarders whenever we wanted if we played indoors. I mean,
Oh my god.
Zach Wilson would still be
December.
playing. There would be no conditions if you played everything indoors, but I digress. That's when I thought it was over. I was like, okay, we've had 3 opportunities in the red zone. We've turned it over once. We're just not able to get it in. And I don't know what it is about this Minnesota defense because, like you were saying, they're not very good. They don't have a ton of turnovers on the season, pass defense-wise, on interceptions. I really couldn't figure out what we were doing. I don't know if we were missing people, and to your point, that's why this is kind of like a rapid reaction. Then we'll watch it, during the week a little bit. We'll come back together with Alex later in the week, and we'll dive into it a little bit more before we move on to the Bills, because I really do want to break down. I know people are out there, Richie, Jets Media out there, Nadia's out there going through whatever they're going through, breaking down tape.
Yeah, Nadia's going to be all over this. One of the people is Elijah Moore. I think Elijah Moore was open on a couple plays.
Yeah, and I just don't know if it was if Mike White was just missing people, kind of like Zach Wilson was just completely missing people, if they were making the attempts but they just weren't getting there, or what it was. So,
Garrett Wilson, if he just connected, and that's what drives me nuts, man. We're really a third of your finger away from having a whole different conversation. Berrios just holds onto the ball. It was in his elbow, bro. What else do you want? You know what I'm saying? Now you're singing a whole different tune.
yeah.
You know what I mean? We're not talking about we're not talking about Mike White in the offense. We're just basically talking about how we executed. And so that's what's so frustrating, you know what I mean? Because I want to pile on as well. You know what I mean? I would like to pile on. It's just tough to, because we're like literally fingertips away from blowing this game out.
Yeah, and this is so that's where I thought we lost it, but then, to your point, I don't want to pile on too much. I want to bring it back. Where I thought we swung it back and I was back in was that pass to CJ Uzama.
Oh,
I don't know if you remember that one. He faked the block and then snuck behind, 99, whoever that was, and Mike White threw it up to him and barely got to him. It was almost a missed play. When we connected on that play to CJ, I was like, we're back. CJ's getting the boys going. Mike White's getting the boys go. We're back. We went down the field and again kicked another field goal, and I was back to being like, all right, there's some life here. There's some life here, but we need a score. And that was the problem. I mean, that was our Achilles heel today. We got into the red zone. We kicked 5 field goals, got into the red zone 4 times on those.
Leg, bro.
And then we turned it over on downs in the red zone. We threw an interception in the red zone. I mean, so we got to the red zone 5-6 times. We just could not put in the end zone. And, you can't win games. You can't win games kicking 6-7 field goals. It's just not going to happen.
We almost did, but
yeah,
you just need that one touch. We need another touchdown at the end there. And you're right. That CJ Uzama play was sick. I didn't realize that he blocked and then came out. But
he
I was
faked it.
Hype.
He faked the block, and that's what faked out, I think, the defender.
Let's go. I did not see that. But you know where I was worried? I'll tell you where I was worried the most. And again, I kept it to myself, but I was ready to talk about it with you guys. Was it Garrett Wilson that went out on the right to throw the ball? And then he just kind of threw it out of bounds. It was intended for Corey Davis. It was in the red zone. He came out and legit threw it. Actually, let me. It's probably in the stats for in the box score for throws. Yeah, Garrett Wilson, 0 for 1.
Yeah,
0.9 QBR. Dude, that play was tough. I looked at that and I was like, all right, we are a little worried, but now I'm looking at the numbers. I just finally pulled them up. 31 for 57. Mike White, 369 yards.
Yeah.
2 interceptions. Tough. Only 1 sack. And speaking of sacks, Dwayne Brown's hurt. Dude, I have eyes.
Yeah.
I have 2 eyes.
He was struggling.
Dwayne Brown is limping. He wants to fall on the ground. They must know there's nobody there because he kind of looked and he's like, all right, I guess I just gotta get up. Shout out to Dwayne Brown, man. He's being a real warrior. This whole offensive line are being such warriors. Again, loser talk, but you brought it up in the beginning. Imagine we had Breece Hall. Imagine we had Elijah Vera Tucker. Imagine we had our offensive linemen. Dude, next year with these guys coming back plus the draft, no matter how the season goes, and again, we better make the playoffs. Make the playoffs. But no matter how this season goes, we have an influx of rookies coming in right now without even drafting. Without even touching the draft. We have so many rookies coming in that are going to be really good. So I am excited about that.
One other thing I'm excited about, too, is, we talked about it last week. We talked about it again. Bam Knight, fresh legs.
Let's go.
I mean, what more do you want from the guy? 15 carries, 90 yards, averaging 6 a carry, a long of 48.
That long was crazy, bro. I thought he had it.
I couldn't believe he didn't score on it. There was a couple plays. There was the Corey Davis catch over the middle where he caught it. He kind of turned around and there was no one there. He just kept running. It's like, dude, you gotta score that. You gotta score it. That was the one I think where we ended up running it in with Mike White. I think that was that drive. But dude, there was like so many of those plays. Like I was saying, like in order for us to take the next step, like when you watch these higher end teams, whether it's like the Buffalo Bills or the Chiefs, or right now Cincinnati's giving it to them and stuff like that, like they score those balls. They score in the end zone. They don't get tackled on the 5. They don't go out at the 10. They get it going. So I think that's just the next step for us. The thing, again, my big takeaway from this, it sucks that we lost. We had multiple opportunities to win this game. And I don't think an older Jets team, a former Jets team, gets multiple shots at winning this game. I think a former Jets team doesn't even come close to the 20-yard line. I think a former Jets team ends up flipping it. Dude, they had one point on the graphics in the second half. It was like they had negative like 15 yards or something like that, negative 12 yards. I think into the third quarter. I think it was maybe their third or fourth drive where they actually got it going. Yeah, their first 3 plays in the second half, punt for 6 yards, punt for 6 yards, punt for negative 2 yards. I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy. This defense was so good. They ended up letting up a touchdown. But that was it. They allowed 7 points in the second half. We were able to scrape, I don't even know what the math is on that. We were able to scrape a few together, 16 points in the second half. It was just too much too late. That was my other takeaway. I know we're kind of jumping around a little bit. You got to get some more points in the first half. When you're playing a good team like this, you can't start out with 6 points in the first half. That's old Jets team play.
I still feel like we still struggle sometimes this year, man. Like
Yeah.
We're still struggling this year in the first half, especially on offense. The positives, the defense is legit.
Yeah.
I do have to say, those plays count on Sauce Gardner. Okay, I don't want to hear this week before it even comes out. I don't want to hear, we were in zone during those. Dude, Sauce is on him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he gave up some plays today. DJ Reed gave up that one big play to Jefferson, but he had a really good game. Michael Carter came out on a cart. Michael Clemens came out on a cart. They both ended up finishing the game pretty good. So shout out to them. Justin Hardy, dude, he's always first down there on the punts. I love him so much. He's just arguing with the ref on every play. I love him.
Yeah.
I seriously love him. That's basically all I got for today. Man, I really wish we would have won. I found the Vikings helmet I was gonna buy. They sell these like makeshift like stupid Viking things I was gonna wear. I was so ready, man. I was so ready to win this game. I was so ready to go crazy. We were on the 1-yard line twice.
That was my last note. You have to run it. The drive before
They
you
did.
run in with Mike White. No.
Donovan Knight, they did try to run. There was no chance.
But then on the drive where we turned it over on downs, we threw it to Garrett Wilson, who like slipped at the line of scrimmage, had no chance. That was just a waste of a play. And then the fourth down, to your point, Braxton Berrios. I mean, he hit Braxton Berrios in the chest.
Dude,
I think that defender just made a good play.
I'm gonna get sick. I'm gonna get sick thinking about this.
Yeah, you'll watch it. You'll see it. I think that defender just swipes and smacks his hand, so it just jars it loose or bobbles it loose. It was that close of a play. I don't put too much blame on Braxton.
I do.
I think it's just the defender made an incredible play. I was just looking it up here. Again, our red zone, we had 1 touchdown in 6 attempts. According to this, they were 3 for 3. 3 touchdowns in 3 attempts. That's the name of the game.
At the moment, the Raiders are up 17-13 on the Chargers. The beginning of the third quarter.
Yeah.
San Francisco's up 17-10. All right, like the world's not over. Okay, we lost again the 10-2 Minnesota Vikings. At some point, we have to give them the respect. I hate that they. I don't know if this is on TV. The little kid that pretended to be Kirk Cousins, a little white kid with his chains that had no shirt on during the game.
I didn't
last
see
game.
that. Yeah.
But now they like put him on this
Kirk
game. And that's like their big thing now. Yeah, they got a little thing going on, like a little white kid.
Dude, you
with
need that.
chains, like,
Sometimes you need that to
imitating,
rally
like,
around. When you make the
yeah.
championship run, when you make the championship DVD, you need that mid-season
Dude, no,
thing.
no, listen to me right now. Especially because we do Winning Picks Weekly together. You can find that on the Knicks Coming, Jets Coming, ETC period YouTube. Playlist for the Jets, plays for the Knicks, and plays for Winning Picks Weekly. We do college season's over. We'll have the bowl episode, but we do every single NFL game for every week. Greg, the Minnesota Vikings do not trust Kirk Cousins. The fans do not trust Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins doesn't trust Kirk Cousins. You can't throw one time to ice the game.
Yeah.
Like, give me a break, bro. Like, dude, they sucked in the second half. They were absolute trash. We can't guard a tight end. They figured it out on one drive, and it was like a long drive after he got sacked. They're like, oh yeah, DJ Hawkinson, they can't guard him. They gave it to him twice, still a punt, bro. Kirk Cousins, man, he's not going to the Super Bowl. If he sneaks out a wild card game, like he's not gonna cover spreads. And I know we're a little off the rails here, but he stinks, man. That's what I learned. I'm learning everything. When you go to games, you learn about these teams.
Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah, you can just see it. Like, the Packers are just not that team. The refs help them out. Vikings, the refs don't help them out. You know, yeah, we had a stupid challenge and a good challenge of whatever. The refs were fine. 16 stinks, but what can you do? He even tripped Smith on a play, by the way. Like, while we were driving, he tripped their number one, the guy that got an interception, Harrison Smith, the number one, the captain, the number one, number 22.
Yeah.
Kid next to me has like a sign, please, Harrison Smith, sign this, whatever. I love you. Like, Harrison Smith is the guy. Ref tripped him. Like, and then everyone's like, yeah, 16. I was like, I told you guys.
They had that happen to him earlier in the season too, right? They gave up like a 50-yard touchdown because a ref like ran into one of their defenders or something, dude. Yeah. I don't know what it is about that. Yeah, man, it's tough.
Their defense is better though. Their defense is better than anyone thinks. Their defense is better than anyone thinks, and their offense is as good as people think. I just think Kirk Cousins, when push comes to shove, like, first half is cool, you're good, it's easy. I got my scripted plays. Like, we're at home, it's loud. I got the ball in field goal, like, in field goal range most of the time. Like, things are looking good. Kirk Cousins, nice guy to have. Like, he's fun.
Yeah.
But when you need him to come through, he's not going to come through. The defense is better than people think. The defense is good, man. They got that new kid coming in. Not new kid. He was out for a long time. Their defensive tackle. He was really good.
Yeah.
Robert and I had nothing today, bro. James Robinson also had some big first downs. Dude, Denzel Mims. I forgot. Denzel Mims, bro. What a huge catch.
Yeah, I saw something. I don't know if it was on Twitter. I don't know who was saying it on Twitter, but it was like, I don't know if it was Connor Hughes maybe or someone, but it was just like, dude, the way that Corey Davis has been playing versus Denzel Mims, you just have to give Denzel Mims the opportunities, which is it's crazy to say that, but like I said, I don't.
If I'm Jeff Smith, I'm giving every coach a side eye this week.
Yeah,
every single coach. I'm like, listen, you paid this guy. I get it. What does he do? Like, he gets an end around once in a while, right? He gets a punt return. Fair catch. He gets, like, kick return, fair catches. Like, Jeff Smith can play. Like, I'm just saying, I'm not out on Berrios by any stretch to me, but I'm pissed. I'm pissed at Berrios, bro. He lost us the game. I don't care what anyone says. He catches that ball, we win the game. So, it's what it is. At some point, we have to just be real. Berrios cost us the game. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to cut him. I don't think, but, like, I'm just saying, if I'm Jeff Smith, I'm like, bro, and not for nothing, but everyone comes out in the Mighty Ducks uniform today. Shout out to CJ Uzama, got everyone in Mighty Ducks. And it comes out with a picture, and who's in the front? This is, by the way, a pregame. Who's in the front, and who's in a Hawks jersey? Braxton Berrios, bro. But just a bad vibes from the beginning.
Yeah, just get with the team.
Yeah, first of all, get with the team. Second of all, you picking the losers in the movie.
Yeah,
like, come on, bro.
It's true. It's true. I know. Last note here from me, John. You were saying that the Vikings defense is good or is better than what people say and stuff like that. Dude, we had 486 yards. 486 yards.
The definition of bend don't break, though. There's the actual definition of bend don't break. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's true. Again, 6 attempts in the red zone, only 1 touchdown out of it. That's definitely true. The last thing for me, you talk about
the Jets. The Jets are not bend over. We just don't bend, bro. That's the only way we can do. If we bend, we're breaking. Like we
Yeah.
don't like let teams go. No, if we're having a bad drive, we're having a bad drive. Like we just need to stifle 3 and out and get the hell out of there. That's the only way.
Yeah, and I mean, you talked about it to start the podcast, or earlier in the podcast. You talked about the interception that Mike White had to start the game. We gave up 1 yard, and then they kicked a field goal because of where Mike White threw the interception. If he doesn't throw the interception, they don't get that field goal. It's 22-25. Or it's 22-24. We can win this game 25-24 easy.
Yeah.
Multiple times.
Yep.
Which is, again, I said earlier, you can't win a game kicking field goals. We almost damn did.
That's what I'm saying. Greg the leg. If that's a perfect example. Any little stupid thing like that happens, if we don't give up those stupid 3 points at the end of the first half,
yeah,
come on, bro.
Yeah, but again, like that's my positive takeaway for this. Again, we give up that field goal at the end of the half, and it sucks. There's a minute 16 left. We go right down the field and kick a field goal with 32 seconds left. Like we were talking about it in the preview.
That's why I was hyped with the minute 30, Greg. That's why I was like, bro, we got this. Dude.
That's the thing. Like we were talking about it in the preview episode about can the Jets win a shootout. I don't know if I would really consider this the game a shootout, but I said there's still how I feel today about this team. I feel like this Jets team believes, and I believe, that if the defense gets a stop, the offense could go down the field. And if the offense goes down the field and scores, the defense can get a stop. Like, we're at that level of NFL football where we haven't been in a long time, where both sides of the ball, special teams included, so all 3 sides of the ball, however you want to say that, are competent enough that they can play.
Today's special teams was good. I know it's funny you mentioned it. I want to go back and review. They had Braden Mann punt. I forgot when it was, but it was down the right sideline, like down my sideline all the way down. It looked like he got it within the 10. Bro, the ref ran up to the 30.
I hate
we were all
that.
laughing. Even like we were just laughing. We're like, where are you going? Like even the refs were like, coaches were like putting their hand up because it was like on the Jets sideline. They're like, stop. Like, where are you going? That was a classic. Salah wasn't really that animated from my perspective, from what I saw. But I'm happy they threw out the second challenge flag. The first challenge flag, dude, in real time, it looked like the right call. On replay, it looked like the worst call I've ever seen. So I don't know who is like telling him. It was just going off vibes. Like I don't know. Like I'm telling you right away, I was like, dude, that's close. As soon as for the first replay, I was like, bro, what are we doing here? Like,
yeah, I think the announcer, I forget his name, said something about that too. Like who
was it Jim Nantz? Oh, Jim Nantz is next week.
No. It was the guy that does the Madden games too. That I know that voice. I just can't remember his name. Someone's screaming right now. Let's listen to the podcast. But he was talking about how whoever's like in charge of telling Salah to charge that to throw the challenge flag didn't do a good job on that because, like you said, as soon as you saw the replay, it was clear.
But live, like I don't know how it looked like on TV. Live, it looked like the right play.
No, it did.
Definitely a first down.
It did. It looked like he was like short.
I mean, it wasn't a first down. Because he fell forward. He fell the wrong way.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, dude, he definitely didn't get that. And then one replay, I was like, bro, he got that. Let's move on quick. Like,
yeah. So, dude, I'm just happy. I'm happy the way. I mean, I want to win. I'm just happy that we were in an old Jets team would just get rolled by a team like the Vikings. The Vikings are really good. The Jets are also really good, and it's great to see that we're not turning over. But we do need to put this game behind us because, to your point, Buffalo Bills next week. And what feels like a must-win game if we're going to win this division.
Dude, I mean, listen, Chargers are down right now. So are the Dolphins. So, like...
The Ravens look terrible. I don't know if you saw that.
Lamar Jackson's hurt.
Out for days or weeks, but not for the season.
So is Jimmy G. Speaking of NFC and contenders, like, Vikings, 49ers at this moment with no Jimmy G, I'm taking the Vikings. I don't care about Christian McCaffrey. So, dude, we can beat Buffalo. We just got to beat Buffalo. But listen, if we don't, the division's over. We could stop talking about it. Chargers just missed the field goal. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
If we lose to the Buffalo Bills, the division's done. However, even if we lose to Buffalo, because of how these games are shaping up right now, the wild card is still going to be in play, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, if Miami can lose to the 49ers without Garoppolo, if they lose to Ian Book, that is a big-time come-up for us.
It looks like Waddle's hurt too, right? I don't know if he came back in.
Yeah, I haven't seen him. We've been recording. I haven't seen.
So that's the outlook for the Jets, man. The defense is legit. The cornerbacks they're going to have to get a get-right game. honestly, and they feel good about the Bills.
I keep saying Ian Book. That's my bad. Brock Purdy.
I don't think it's Ian Book.
Yeah.
I didn't want to look it up. I thought it was a weird name because Ian Book's Notre Dame. Do you know where Purdy's from?
No, I'm looking
We're
it
off
up.
the rails. We're off the rails right now.
I'm looking
Jets,
it up.
you hurt my soul.
Iowa State. That's right. I remember him. He was there with Brees Hall.
That's classic. I didn't know he was that early.
Yeah.
Lots of Jets fans out here in Minnesota. Shout out to them. We travel. It was -5 on Saturday. We travel, bro. The Jets fans travel. US Bank Stadium was cool. I'm never coming back here again.
Okay, now let's get my next question. You talked about how cool Lambeau was and that you would go back again. You're not going back to Minnesota though? It was a one-time thing.
I would never go back to Green Bay unless it's beautiful weather. There's no way I would say because Alora's gone now. First of all, we beat them. You lost to the freaking New York Jets. Like, so give me a Zach Wilson. So I have no respect for you guys anymore. So it would just be fun. If I go to a group, I don't need to go. Minnesota, let me take that back. Listen. Indoors is so freaking cool, bro. If it's in the winter, the Jets are playing Minnesota indoors, I'm gonna think about it. In the nice weather, it's dumb. I heard that the roof might be retractable. I don't feel like looking it up, but if the roof is open, that might be cool. In the summer, that might be an experience. But the indoors is so unfair, Greg. I even said that to somebody. Like, someone's like, "Oh, go home to New York." Like on my way out, like beat the traffic. I was like. Beat the traffic. I was like, you guys want to stay here. You guys want to stay. It's indoors. They started laughing. I was like, you guys are so spoiled. Like, I'm about to go outside and be miserable. Usually I'm dying to leave. It's like go to my car, bro. I'm freezing. I've been freezing for 8 hours. Like outside. They don't tailgate. Oh.
Yeah, you were saying that.
They don't tailgate, bro. There's literally 8 cars. There's a one parking lot with 8 cars right next to it. Like literally 8 cars. And that's like their like official tailgate because they was like one like a section to take pictures with. And they have like an indoor like bar, and it says tailgate on it.
Disgusting,
bro. They don't tailgate.
Disgusting. That's all you need to know. That hurts that we lost to a team that just doesn't tailgate.
That's tough. Even Green Bay tailgates.
Oh yeah.
Screaming at everyone. I was like, Green Bay tailgates, bro. It's cold there. Like, what are you guys talking about? So yeah, I mean that's it for this rapid reaction. We'll have Alex on. I'm gonna watch this game from your perspectives a little bit. It's really tough when I have to rewatch a loss, but this will be all right. We're good. I'm not pissed off about this game. I was gonna be pissed off if we ended the second half the same way we played the first half. I would have been pissed off right now.
That's good. That was gonna be my last point. I don't feel like the balloon popped on Mike White, where we were talking about that kind of going into this game. I was worried.
That's a great question.
I was worried
is it next week?
I don't know, but to your point, we got to go in the second half. If he did the same thing in the first half that he did in the second half, and we lost this game 27-9, I'd be like, dude, this guy can't cut it.
Yeah.
But dude, he got to go in 300-something yards, 2 interceptions. But again, the interception was a desperation at the end of the game, and the other one was a tip ball on the first freaking drive. He protected the ball. You said he took 1 sack. He was able to make plays. I think he's good to go for Buffalo. And let's keep it rock and roll with Mike White until we see something else.
We'll definitely talk about that in the preview episode with Alex.
Yeah.
We'll definitely get. And if you're listening now, like, let us know what you think.
Yes, comment.
Yeah. So subscribe to our YouTube. We're getting up there. We're trying to get some more numbers there. But, honestly, who cares about that? Let us know what you think about Mike White. Is the Bills game the last game for them? But even if we lose to the Bills, like right now. Devontae Adams has got a flea flicker, like 60-yard touchdown against the Chargers. Mahomes just did an Air Jordan on 4th and goal to the end zone. They're saying touchdown, might be a touchdown, might be not. So Cincinnati can lose 2. The Ravens, like you said, just lost, and Lamar's out. So maybe the Bengals are going to move up into that division anyway. The Browns won, right?
Yeah, Browns won, Pittsburgh won.
Of course, yeah. So, dude, that division is going to get interesting, man.
Yeah.
The AFC's interesting. I hope that we're not out on Mike White if he plays bad in Buffalo. But, dude, it's cold in Buffalo.
Yeah.
It's cold, all right? We're not playing Minnesota anymore. It's going to be loud. It's going to be cold. We can't give up. We can't get 6 points in the first half.
Yeah.
We can't, Greg. Like, I'm not going to do it right now because it's going to be doing it on the spot. I'm gonna look up every game for the Jets to see what we got in the first half in terms of points.
Yeah.
It's like 3-6-0-6, 3-0-6. Like, what are we doing,
It's
bro?
disgusting. It's disgusting. That was another graphic they showed. I know we've said we're signing off like 4 times now, but the Jets and the Vikings are the two best fourth quarter teams in the NFL based off point differential, and we outdid them today in the fourth quarter. So
We killed them in the whole second half, bro.
yeah, we really did.
It was 16-7, but like it should have been. Oh my god,
Should have been more. We should have won this game.
should have been 23-7 in the second half, bro.
Yep.
All right, that's it for us. Rapid reaction from Minnesota. Oh man, tough loss, but you know what to do. We're on the Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Stitcher, you name it, we are there on that. But like for real, just hit us up on the Twitter at Meleka, at the Tratacaster 101. Greg is on the Winning Picks Weekly. That's Winning P Weekly on Twitter. Again, every week we do the NFL full slate, do the college. We'll have the bowl games going on. You're gonna find us on the YouTube. We have playlists for everything. We have the Jets, we have the Knicks, we have the Winning Picks Weekly. We have the shorts out as well. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you don't like. Some people had some comments about shorts one time. We switched it up because Tyus Jones's face, really pissed someone off one time. So, let us know what you like, what you don't like. We love the Jets just as much as you do here. We'll talk about that. The Knicks are so mediocre. The Rangers are so mediocre. USA is so mediocre. The Jets are actually good. The Giants get ties. I mean,
yeah. We at least win or lose like men.
Yeah.
We'll tie.
7-5, 4-2 on the road.
Yeah.
2 big road games left. At Seattle, at Miami. That's all I got, man.
At Buffalo.
Help us out. Like us out. Oh yeah, I'm Buffalo. Like and subscribe, man, on the YouTube. That really helps us out. Leave us a 5-star review. Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, Amazon. You name it, we are there. All right. Love you guys. Jets.